Ladies, if you've ever wondered whether a man truly loves you, pay close attention, because the signs are right in front of you. A man may say he loves you, but his actions will always speak louder than his words. If he does these 12 things, you don't just have his affection, you have his heart. Stick around until the end, because number 1 is something only the rarest, most devoted men do. And before we get started, let me know in the comments. What's one thing your partner does that makes you feel truly loved? Also, don't forget to like, subscribe, and sign up for the Savvy Senior newsletter for more wisdom and insights. Hi. He listens, really listens. Most men hear, but a man in love truly listens. And there's a big difference. When a man is just going through the motions, you can tell. His responses are vague, his eyes wander, and if you asked him to repeat what you just said, he probably couldn't. But when a man loves you, he listens, with intent. He remembers the little things, not just the big events, but the details you don't even realize you shared. Maybe you once mentioned your favorite childhood book, and months later, he surprises you with a vintage copy. Or you casually complain about your coffee always getting cold too fast, and suddenly, he shows up with a thermos that keeps it warm all day. That's real listening. It's not just about words, it's about remembering, understanding, and acting on what matters to you. And here's something else. A man who truly listens doesn't just hear your words. He hears what you aren't saying. He can sense when you're struggling, even if you say, "I'm fine." He picks up on the subtle changes in your tone, the way you hesitate before answering, or the way you fidget with your hands when something's on your mind. That kind of listening doesn't come from duty. It comes from deep, genuine love. He protects you, even in the smallest ways. When we think of protection, we often picture grand gestures, fighting off an intruder, shielding you from danger. But in reality, a man who truly loves you protects you in ways that are far more subtle, yet deeply meaningful. He walks on the side of the street closest to traffic without even thinking about it. He insists on carrying the heavy grocery bags, not because he thinks you're weak, but because he wants to lighten your load. He keeps an arm around you in crowded places, not out of possessiveness, but because he wants you to feel safe. And it's not just physical protection, it's emotional protection too. He never humiliates you in public or makes you feel small in private. He defends you when others speak negatively about you, even when you're not there to hear it. He won't let anyone, not even his own family, treat you with disrespect. A man in love also protects your peace. If he sees you getting overwhelmed, he steps in to help before you even have to ask. If he notices a toxic friendship draining you, he gently points it out, not to control you, but to remind you that you deserve better. And if you're having a bad day, he's the one who says, "Don't worry about dinner tonight, I've got it." Because love isn't just about romance. It's about making life easier for each other. He prioritizes your happiness. A man in love doesn't just care about his own happiness. He genuinely wants to see you happy. And not in a way that's performative or forced, but in a way that's woven into his everyday actions. Think about this. Have you ever been with someone who made you feel like an afterthought? Like you were always fitting into their plans, their schedule, and their priorities? That's not love. That's convenience. But a man who truly loves you makes you a priority, not just an option. He doesn't wait until a special occasion to show he cares. He surprises you with your favorite dessert after a long day. He remembers that you love a quiet Saturday morning with coffee, so he lets you sleep in while he takes care of things. He pays attention to what lights you up and makes sure to include more of it in your life. And here's the key. He doesn't do these things to get something in return. He doesn't make a big deal out of it, expecting you to shower him with gratitude. He does it because your happiness is his happiness. Man who loves you doesn't see joy as a transaction. He sees it as something you build together. 4. He respects your boundaries. Respect is the foundation of love. Without it, you have control, not connection. A man who truly loves you doesn't push, pressure, or guilt trip you into things you're uncomfortable with. He honors your no as much as your yes, and that applies to everything. It could be something as simple as personal space. If you say, "I need some time to myself," he doesn't take it as rejection. He understands that alone time doesn't mean you love him any less. It means you're recharging. It could be something deeper, like emotional vulnerability. If you're not ready to talk about something, he doesn't force it. He gives you the space to open up when you're ready, not when he wants answers. And it applies to physical boundaries too. A man in love never makes you feel pressured into intimacy, whether it's your first date or your 50th anniversary. He understands that affection is about mutual comfort, not obligation. True respect also means he doesn't cross lines when it comes to your independence. He doesn't check your phone, demand to know your every move, or try to control who you see. He trusts you, and in turn, you trust him. Because real love isn't about ownership, it's about partnership. He makes sacrifices without keeping score. Love isn't about keeping a tally of who did what. A man who truly loves you doesn't hesitate to make sacrifices, whether big or small, because he values your well-being just as much as his own. Maybe he gives up a night out with his friends because he knows you've had a rough day and could use some company. Maybe he switches jobs or moves cities because he sees a brighter future with you rather than apart. Or maybe it's as simple as watching that romantic movie he secretly finds boring because he knows it makes you happy. The key here is that he does it without resentment. He doesn't bring up past sacrifices in arguments, expecting something in return. He doesn't make you feel guilty for the things he's willingly done for you. That's the difference between obligation and love. And let's be honest, sacrifice doesn't always mean giving up something. Sometimes it means stepping up instead. It's waking up early to make sure you have coffee before your busy day. It's taking care of things so you don't have to stress. A man who truly loves you wants to make your life easier, not harder. He includes you in his future. A man in love doesn't just think about tomorrow. He thinks about years from now, and when he pictures the future, you are in it. He doesn't shy away from talking about long-term plans. In fact, he wants you to be part of them. This doesn't mean he's proposing after a few weeks of dating. It means he naturally includes you in conversations about what's ahead. He says things like, "One day, we should visit Italy together," or, "When I buy a house, I want to make sure it has a big backyard for us." Those little remarks tell you exactly where his heart is. But it's more than just words. It's actions. If he's making career decisions, he considers how they affect both of you. If he's saving money, he's thinking about a future where you're both secure. If he's making big life changes, he talks to you about them first because your opinion matters. A man who isn't serious keeps things vague. He avoids commitment, brushes off the "where is this going?" talk, and keeps his future plans separate from yours. But a man who loves you, he makes it clear that his future only makes sense with you in it. He values your opinion and seeks your advice. A man who truly loves you doesn't just listen to your thoughts, he values them. He respects your mind as much as he loves your heart, and he actively seeks out your perspective on things that matter to him. It could be something small, like asking which shirt looks better before a night out. Or it could be something major, like seeking your thoughts on a career move, a family decision, or even his personal struggles. A man who loves you doesn't see you as just someone to love. He sees you as a partner, someone whose wisdom and insight help guide him. And here's the key. He doesn't just ask for your opinion as a formality. He considers it. He applies it. If you tell him you're worried about a certain decision, he takes a step back and reevaluates. If you suggest a different approach, he genuinely thinks about it instead of dismissing it. Men are naturally wired to be independent, to figure things out on their own. So when a man truly values your input, it means something. It's a sign that he trusts you, respects you, and sees you as an equal in his life. 8. He stands by you in difficult times. Love isn't tested when things are good. It's tested when things get hard. A man who truly loves you doesn't disappear when life gets messy. He doesn't pull away when you're struggling. He shows up every single time. Maybe you've lost a loved one, and he's there holding your hand through every painful moment. Maybe you're going through a tough time at work, and instead of making you feel like a burden, he reassures you that you've got this. Maybe you're battling health issues, and he's driving you to appointments, cooking meals, making sure you don't feel alone. A man who's only in it for convenience will distance himself when things get hard. He'll find reasons to be too busy or make you feel like your struggles are your problem. But a man who truly loves you, he sticks with you, even when it's uncomfortable, even when he doesn't have the perfect words, even when he doesn't know how to fix things. And it goes both ways. He also trusts you enough to lean on you in his own hard times. Love isn't about facing life alone. It's about knowing that no matter what happens, you have someone who won't walk away. He protects you, emotionally and physically. A man who truly loves you isn't just concerned with your happiness. He's deeply invested in your safety and well-being. And protection isn't just about stepping in when someone threatens you physically. It's about shielding you from harm in all areas of life. Emotionally, he's your rock. He doesn't let people disrespect you, whether it's friends, family, or strangers. If someone talks down to you, he stands up for you. If you're feeling insecure, he reassures you. If someone tries to manipulate you, he helps you see through it. And most importantly, he never hurts you. He doesn't use cruel words, silent treatments, or mind games to make you doubt yourself. He protects your heart, not breaks it. Physically, he's tuned in to your needs. If you're walking at night, he naturally moves to the side closest to the street. If you're sick, he insists on taking care of you. If you're feeling unwell in public, he's the first to notice and make sure you're okay. These aren't just little habits. They're signs of a deep, instinctual love. A man who truly loves you wants to be your protector, not because he thinks you need him to be, but because he wants to make sure you're safe, comfortable, and secure. 10. He notices the little things that matter to you. A man in love pays attention, not just to what you say, but to the details that make you you. He remembers how you like your coffee without you having to remind him. He knows which songs make you smile and which ones remind you of tough times. He picks up on when you're quiet and senses when something's wrong before you even say a word. He notices how you touch your hair when you're nervous or how your voice changes when you're excited. And here's the key. He acts on what he notices. If he knows you've had a stressful week, he surprises you with your favorite snack or a small gesture to lift your spirits. If he remembers that you love fresh flowers but hate roses, he brings home lilies instead. It's not about grand, extravagant gestures. It's about thoughtfulness. A man who truly loves you wants to make you feel seen, understood, and cherished. Because when a man is in love, your happiness becomes his happiness. He is proud of you and supports your growth. A man who truly loves you wants to see you succeed. He doesn't feel threatened by your ambitions or achievements. He celebrates them. He's the first to encourage you when you're pursuing something new. He supports your career, your passions, your personal goals, not just with words, but with actions. If you're taking a class, he asks about it. If you're working towards something big, he reminds you why you're capable. If you doubt yourself, he's the one telling you, you can do this. And it goes deeper than just words. He doesn't hold you back. He doesn't make you feel guilty for having a life outside of him. He doesn't discourage you from trying new things out of his own insecurity. Instead, he's proud of the person you are and the person you're becoming. And when you succeed, he doesn't just stand on the sidelines. He celebrates with you because your wins feel like his wins. A man who loves you doesn't compete with you. He roots for you. 12. He stays even. When things aren't perfect, here's the truth. Love is easy when everything is going well. But real love? Real love stays. Even when things are hard. Even when you're not at your best. Even when life throws unexpected challenges your way. A man who truly loves you doesn't run at the first sign of difficulty. He doesn't abandon ship when you have an argument. He doesn't give up on the relationship just because things aren't perfect. Instead, he fights for it. He listens, he communicates, he works through the challenges with you. That doesn't mean he tolerates toxic behavior or stays in unhealthy situations. It means that when life gets tough, when stress, family struggles, personal losses, or just the everyday pressures of life hit, he doesn't disappear. Because love isn't just about the good times, it's about standing together through the hard times. A man who truly loves you isn't looking for a perfect woman or a perfect relationship. He's looking for a real partner, someone he can walk through life with, hand in hand, no matter what comes your way. Ladies, if your man does these things, hold on to him, because real love is rare. But when you find it, it changes everything. Now tell me in the comments, which of these signs do you think is the most important in a relationship? And if you want more wisdom like this, make sure to like, subscribe, and sign up for the Savvy Senior newsletter. It's where I share even more insights you